What if the greatest victory of the season turned out to be its greatest tragedy? That's exactly what Dutton Ranch Episode 9 delivers. Just when it seems the truth behind the mysterious 10-petal ranch is finally coming to light, the finale pulls the rug out from under everyone. Long-hidden secrets explode into the open, a family tears itself apart from within, and Beth and Rip discover that exposing a criminal empire doesn't guarantee peace. It simply creates a far more dangerous enemy. By the end of the episode, the 10-petal operation has collapsed, Rob Will is dead, Joaquin has crossed a line he can never come back from, and Carter disappears in what could become the defining storyline of Season 2. For most of the season, the 10-petal ranch looked like a struggling cattle operation trying to survive hard economic times. But Episode 9 confirms what viewers had suspected for weeks. The ranch had become the center of a sophisticated criminal network. What looked like routine livestock shipments were actually a cover for illegal cross-border trafficking. The ranch had slowly transformed into a transportation hub for organized crime, with trusted ranch hands unknowingly helping move far more than cattle. The tragedy is that this operation didn't begin out of greed. Years earlier, Beulah made a desperate decision to keep the ranch alive during financial collapse. One compromise led to another, until criminal money became the foundation keeping the property afloat. Every lie told afterward was an attempt to protect the family from the consequences of that original choice. Once Beth uncovers financial records and hidden connections between the ranch and cartel intermediaries, the entire operation begins to unravel. Longtime allies abandon one another, workers panic, and law enforcement closes in. The empire that had taken years to build starts collapsing in a single day. Ironically, the moment the criminal organization falls apart is also the moment the real violence begins. Beth has spent her entire life fighting people who wanted to steal land from her family. Episode 9 forces her to recognize something even more dangerous. This war isn't about ranches anymore. It's about power. Every conversation she has throughout the finale reinforces the same realization. The people controlling Rio Paloma don't care about cattle or property. The ranch is simply another tool used to move money and maintain influence. For Beth, exposing the operation feels like winning. But every victory comes with a price. The more she uncovers, the more she paints a target on herself, Rip, and Carter. Instead of ending the conflict, she unknowingly escalates it. Rip spends much of the season trying to solve problems without creating new ones. That restraint disappears in Episode 9. After discovering the extent of Rob Will's involvement, Rip confronts him with the calm confidence that has always made him so intimidating. There is no shouting, no dramatic speeches, just quiet certainty. Rip knows exactly who Rob Will has become, and he refuses to let him continue threatening innocent people. Their confrontation is one of the episode's most intense scenes because it isn't simply two men fighting. It's two completely different philosophies colliding. Rip believes loyalty is earned through sacrifice. Rob Will believes power comes from fear. For a brief moment, it looks like Rip may finally end the conflict himself. Instead, someone else makes that decision. Perhaps no character experiences a greater transformation than Joaquin. Throughout the season, he's been trapped between two identities. One side wants to protect his family. The other has spent years trying to earn acceptance from people who only see him as a weapon. Episode 9 forces him to choose. After Mariano pressures him to eliminate Rob Will, Joaquin faces the impossible decision that has been building since the series began. Protect his brother, or obey the man who has manipulated his life from the shadows. The choice destroys him. When Rob Will dies, the scene isn't framed as revenge. It feels like the death of an entire family. Joaquin's expression says everything. He hasn't won. He's lost the last piece of himself that believed redemption was still possible. From this moment forward, Joaquin can never return to the man he once was. His actions will define every decision he makes in Season 2. Rob Will spent most of the season acting as the face of the criminal operation. He was violent, impulsive, dangerous. But Episode 9 reminds viewers that he wasn't the architect. He was simply another pawn being controlled by someone far more powerful. His death leaves a massive power vacuum across Rio Paloma. Without Rob Will, the criminal organization loses its public leader. Unfortunately, removing one leader creates an opportunity for another. That opportunity belongs to Mariano. While everyone else focuses on mourning Rob Will or escaping the fallout, Mariano quietly positions himself to take complete control. In many ways, Rob Will's death isn't the ending of the conflict. It's the beginning of a much larger war. One of the smartest creative decisions in Episode 9 is revealing Mariano as the true mastermind only after Rob Will is gone. For most of the season, viewers believed Rob Will was the primary villain. The finale completely changes that perspective. Mariano has spent years manipulating everyone around him. He exploited Beulah's desperation. He turned the ranch into a criminal enterprise. He controlled Joaquin through fear. And he allowed Rob Will to absorb the blame while remaining hidden. Unlike Rob Will, Mariano never loses control. He doesn't act out of anger. He calculates every move several steps ahead. That makes him infinitely more dangerous. Beth may have exposed one criminal operation, but Mariano survives. And now he has every reason to come after the Duttons. Just when it seems the episode has delivered every possible shock, it lands one final emotional blow. Carter disappears. At first, the characters believe he wandered away during the chaos surrounding the ranch. The truth is far worse. His disappearance isn't random. It's deliberate. Someone has taken him. For Beth and Rip, this changes everything. Every previous conflict centered on land, money, or power. This one is personal. Carter represents hope. He's the future Beth and Rip have been trying to build together. By targeting Carter, their enemy sends a terrifying message. No one they love is safe. The finale closes not with triumph but with panic, as Beth and Rip realize they're no longer fighting to save a ranch. They're fighting to save their family. If there's one storyline that will define Season 2, it's Carter's kidnapping. The abduction immediately raises several critical questions. Who ordered it? Was Mariano acting alone? Will Carter be used as leverage against Beth and Rip? Or is someone trying to force the Duttons into abandoning Rio Paloma altogether? The kidnapping also creates emotional consequences. Rip has always blamed himself whenever someone under his protection gets hurt. Beth has spent her life refusing to show vulnerability, but Carter has become the exception. Losing him threatens to break both of them in ways physical violence never could. Season 2 is likely to become less about protecting land and more about rescuing Carter while dismantling the remaining cartel network piece by piece. That mission could push Beth and Rip further than they've ever gone before. Episode 9 delivers exactly what fans expect from a season finale. High stakes, emotional consequences, and enough unanswered questions to leave viewers eager for what's next. The collapse of the 10-petal criminal enterprise marks the end of one chapter, but not the end of the danger surrounding Rio Paloma. Joaquin's decision to kill Rob will forever changes his character, proving that some choices can never be undone. Mariano's emergence as the true mastermind raises the stakes for every surviving character, while Carter's abduction ensures the conflict is no longer about business or territory. It's about family. Beth and Rip may have exposed the truth, but they haven't found peace. Instead, they've become targets in a much larger war, one where the people they love are now the enemy's greatest weapon. If Episode 9 is any indication, Dutton Ranch Season 2 won't just continue the story. It promises to be darker, more personal, and more explosive than anything we've seen so far.